me some wood, enough for a top, but it's a little bit too narrow for a top. But you said just cut a piece there and glue it down here. And I like that approach because it wasn't like, okay, we have a perfect piece of wood, exactly right. And I think that's what you find in some of the old Italian violins is that you see, it was not quite wide enough to make the full size violin, so they glued a piece on there. And I like that thought process.
Yeah, this I learned this from my father, and he also looking at the old instruments. And you have a beautiful collection here at your shop. So there are violins with knots and wood also not enough with little wings. And he always feel like he can't trash any piece. We need to use everything, and because it's so precious. So yeah.
It's okay. Where have you taken your wood from? Or do you have a supply already?
No, but I like to go where the wood is and try to feel it and touch it and everything. So I go often to Italy to find it, but I have a violin with one piece top that is rare, and it's wood from British Columbia.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful regular green that I like. But I see one wood from Swiss, Romania, Canada, and I imagine the instrument done, and it's a French material that guides you. You figure it model, but the wood show you where to go because you cannot control it. It's alive. If you discover a notch or you discover resting there, okay, now I have to go deeper. So it's your guide.
Oh, and there is one fun thing that in our group, Luthier, so there was an announcement that one of us was retiring and was selling the wood. So everybody was there, and the spruce was gone in 2 seconds. I was like, oh my god, it didn't beat enough fast. And then I realized that was inside. I think,
Daniela, do you have where do you live? Is it a wood source?
Well, yes, we live in the mountains where the spruce come from.
Okay.
And not really in that valley, but just 2 or 3 valleys down. And I think it's 60 kilometers or even less. So yes, we like to go and see it, but I prefer to buy it. I don't buy big trunks and open them myself because I don't know how to do it properly. So I prefer to buy from someone who knows how to do it. And I have a friend who is a violist of the orchestra of the Arena in Verona, and he started his job of preparing the spruce. And I like to buy from him because we also have this connection of having played together in the Arena di Verona and being both violists. And it's something that doesn't seem to have anything to do with choosing woods, but it's connection. So everything we do, it's about the connection between people, but also with the material, with the tools, and so I like that because of the connection. And also, where we live, there is a special town very close. It's called Ortisei, where everybody is sculpting wood. Since the Middle Age, they were making wood statues of saints, and so there is this interest for wood. I mean, wood is something alive, and it's a precious source for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I always like to go there, and I discovered it. I discovered it just a few years ago when I met Alessandro, my husband, because his family is from there. His family had one of the first companies selling these statues abroad. And so I love to go there and see the sculptures, how they use their tools, and try to connect with them and learn small things from them. Yeah.
And that reminds me of we years ago went to Mittendal, and I was amazed at all the shops that, hundreds and hundreds of little statues of in all sizes, and all the Christmas displays and wood carved in that city.
And you can also find all the tools there. So we don't often realize how difficult it is to find the proper tools and the proper wood, because we are lucky to live there, and so they're just available.
So violins are beautiful instruments, and from somebody else's standpoint, they may say, "Wow, you must have a wonderful life. You can work at your bench and make a beautiful thing every day." So my point is that what is the life of a violin maker like? Struggles and what kind of things have you had to overcome in your career? Any hurdles, or maybe you thought about quitting at some point? Or
Yes. Well, it really depends on your personal scenario and what kind of person you are. A former employee once described me as driven, and I think that is a trait that is useful, because running or starting a shop on your own and starting to run it, you wear so many hats. You are the customer service, you are the sales manager, you are the violin maker, you are the repair person, and you are the shipping department, and the accountant. and then you just go from there, and eventually you start hiring people, and that makes your life a little bit easier, but then you have to manage those people. And so things are shifting constantly, and sometimes it is tiring, but most of the time it's actually very rewarding. And I think now, and for my younger colleagues, it does get better the older you get. But for me, I'm arriving at a point right now where I actually luxuriously have a focus either on very large restoration projects or making new instruments, and that is these are two passions of mine, and I really like that.
It's not easy, and every time change, every year change, and you have the pandemic in the middle of it before. But it's very rewarding for me to create an instrument that is going to be there for many years, I hope, and that instrument is part of a circle that someone is going to give voice to that instrument. So when I go to a concert and I love to listen to the instruments, all instruments, but the vibrations and everything, but the ones that I create is like, there's the sounds that I work